Hello, Earth Angels, and welcome back to another episode of Alignment Academy. It is your host, Kristen, and if you're new here, welcome, welcome, welcome. It is not an accident that you landed here in this podcast. This is a school for your soul to heal, to grow, to evolve, and really, I believe that soul growth is the only point of life. We didn't reincarnate on this planet Earth for nothing, so I really love helping you get the most out of this experience as a human. And I want you guys to get what you want in this life. I want you to have the most fulfilling, free, amazing, abundant life that you can. And we do that through moving through our soul lessons with ease. Maybe not always ease, but with grace. And we also get that by actually learning the lessons that our soul is trying to learn. And when you're aware that this is a game and you got to learn the lessons to go to the next level, then you can play the game better. So this is all about giving you guys the rules to the game. You guys know, I think that this is just a little video game that we're playing here. So that's a little bit about what we talk about here. I have been on the spiritual journey for a lot of years, since I was 17. I'm 29 now. Honestly, I think that this path chose me. I used to be in the corporate world. I used to be doing, a lot of other things, but now we're here, and yeah, I'm excited you're here. So welcome. I am having such a surprising and flowy week. I actually just got off of my Inner Work Alchemy last call, which is crazy that I've ran Inner Work Alchemy 2 times now. And if you're unfamiliar, Inner Work Alchemy is my 8-week inner work program where we go deep into the subconscious work so that we can raise our core vibration. Basically, your core vibration is like your electromagnetic field around your body that you're manifesting from all the time. And when you heal a lot of the trauma and the limiting beliefs out, basically your entire life kind of just becomes magical because you just believe that you're worthy of good things. So good things are unfolding and happening for you. So I just completed the 2nd round of that. The 3rd round will start in January. So if you're wanting to join that 3rd round, feel free to put your name on the wait list that's linked below, and you'll be the first to know when the doors open. And yeah, I'm in a really busy / fun / hard season of my life. It's not hard. There's just always challenges with seasons, It's fall. I live in San Diego, so it's beautiful out. It's sunny. I'm having so much fun. And simultaneously, I'm also moving through a lot of internal things in my own life. Like I actually went through Inner Work Alchemy with my clients because I was like, I need to double down on this inner work. I'm having a lot of reflections and triggers come up, and I gotta figure this out. So I've kind of been in this deep inner work mode where I'm wanting a lot of bigger things. Like I think that when you get to the next level becomes normal, and then you want more and more and more. And I think that that's how the soul works. That's what expansion is. So it's not bad. It's just new levels, new devils. And so as you want more, you have to increase your capacity, your nervous system capacity, and also what you believe that you deserve. Like we can have these glass ceilings. So for me, what I'm kind of working through right now is working through some shadows that have come up around relationships. I'm working through glass ceilings of like what I think I can have and how much I think I have to work in order to have that. And I'm using the Work and Inner Work Alchemy to do that. I'm also, obviously, I still do Joe Dispenza. I haven't talked about him in forever, but I still do his meditations. I'm actually in a season of 1 in the morning, 1 at night. So Joe Dispenza in the morning, usually inner child and shadow at night, just to really double down on the inner work because that's what makes me feel good. I'm also going on a fun road trip this weekend. One of my guy friends, he's a really amazing photographer, had this opportunity to take a van up through like Big Sur in Santa Barbara and take some content. And one of my other friends is in a triathlon, and a lot of my friend group is going to go up there to support her. So I'm going to go with my guy friend in the van, hopefully get some cool content and stuff. And yeah, I'm really excited about that. So that was kind of like a switch up in my week. I wasn't planning on doing that, and now it's Wednesday and I'm doing that. So exciting things just popping in. But yeah, I'm just kind of going with the flow over here. I really am excited to go see my family for Thanksgiving and stuff because I haven't been home in literally forever. Good things on the horizon, nothing too big to write home about, but that's what's kind of going on in my world. So today we are going to be talking about a interesting topic, something that I've actually never talked about really anywhere. And it's going to be about how to become an embodied person. You know, I've always shied away from the word embodiment because I don't really love how the word is portrayed. Like, I feel like when you're on Instagram, all these like embodiment feminine coaches are like showing off their body and like dancing and like touching and caressing themselves and like being all sexual. And again, while that can be a version of what embodiment is, I personally don't think that that's the only version of embodiment. I kind of think that it's interesting because embodiment is an intangible energetic that cannot be explained or taught. It can really only be felt. It's like a vibration. And in my opinion, embodiment is when who you are and who you say you are is in correlation, is in alignment, is the same. If you say you're the super confident person, but then people go around you and you're really awkward and shy and weird, not weird, but like, you know, socially just not all there, then you're not really embodied. But when you say you're a confident person and then people get around you and you're like really genuinely are confident, that's not something that you can just say you are. It's something that's felt like, oh my gosh, I can feel that girl's power. Like I can feel her confidence. Like she genuinely is just like that. And that's kind of the frequency of embodiment. And then I think it comes to a whole new level as we get online and we're doing business, because I want you to just think of those people who you follow on the internet and you're just kind of like magnetized to them. You're like, everything that you say, everything that you write, everything that you preach is just fucking powerful. And it really is their words. It's their words that hold this like power and this frequency. And again, it's so hard to explain what this is. And I know you guys are kind of understanding because it's so intangible, right? Like embodiment and power, personal power is a thing that again can only be felt. So I'm going to be talking about how to become a really embodied person, how to become an embodied entrepreneur. If you want to be a coach, how to become an embodied coach. And we're just going to jam on this. And this is kind of has been my journey to embodiment, because I can definitely see my reflection shift. Whereas when I first started coaching, I wanted to be really embodied, but I don't think that I quite was. And I wouldn't really get people telling me that I was embodied or powerful, or like they could just feel the frequency. But honestly, as I've done so much inner work and just kind of gone along my journey, people tell me when they meet me, they're like, girl, you are in your power. Like you are really embodied. You really just like hold this energy. And again, it's not like something, I hate that I have to say this about myself, like in the podcast, it's just like the topic that we're talking about today, but I really wouldn't teach something like this if I wasn't getting so much of the reflection. And I want to teach you. I can't teach you how to do it, but I can teach you how to go through it yourself so you can come out on the other side. What we're really going to go through today is 5 of the things that I have shifted or done in my life that I think and I believe have led to my deepest embodiment. Of course, you know, in 5 years, I might look back at this and say, oh, wow, I actually wasn't as embodied as I thought I was, because I'm way more embodied now. But right now, this is the things that I've been doing that have really led to my deepest embodiment. The number one thing that I do is I never don't practice what I preach. So today's episode is brought to you by Alignment Academy, the membership. I created this membership to offer a crazy affordable and safe space for you to heal your deepest wounds, build unshakable confidence, and activate your highest timeline. Imagine being surrounded by a community that truly gets you and not feeling freaking crazy or like you're knocked off your path by trigger after trigger after trigger. Because believe me, I've been there. In order to actually heal, you kind of got to sit your booty down and do the freaking work to actually reprogram your subconscious mind and create higher self-worth through your actions. When you enroll in Alignment Academy, you're going to gain access to an extensive library of 7 past masterclasses, 6 of my best-selling meditations, along with a new monthly masterclass to help you guys transform, grow, and actually take action towards your goals. Every month, we also have live inner work meditations led by me with topics such as inner child work, shadow work, future visioning, playing in the quantum field, and so much more. And if you're wondering, where the heck is my soul family and why is the spiritual journey so lonely? I'm telling you, they're inside of Alignment Academy. Everyone in there is truly a special frequency. We're all talking about Joe Dispenza meditations. We're talking about entrepreneurship, trailblazing our own path, healing our inner child wounds, shadow work, how to set empowering boundaries. It's such a high vibe conversation, and I can't wait for you to experience it yourself. If you were to buy a live coaching call with me, plus all the masterclasses, plus all the meditations just as one-off things, it would be over $5,000. And I'm offering this all to you for $77 per month. I am calling in people who are here for the long haul and really trying to do the healing work. But if you don't like it, you can cancel anytime. If you're interested in joining us, you can enroll with the link below, and I can't wait to see you inside. I think that one of the biggest things that I see in the coaching industry, because I work with a lot of coaches, is like, let's say, for example, you're trying to teach confidence, but then behind the scenes, you are constantly doubting yourself. Now, there's a caveat. Sometimes I doubt myself and I teach confidence. Here's where the differentiation is. When I feel doubt, I do the exact things that I would tell my client to do. I go do my inner child work. I go do my shadow work. I do the inner work I'm telling someone else to do. So it's not about always being confident. It's about helping yourself move through that confidence. Let's say you want to be a manifestation coach, right? And you want to manifest, you want to help other people manifest, but then you're trying to manifest clients and you're like feeling so much resistance. It's like, take yourself through your own process and get the results that you desire. You know, sometimes it's really about that, bringing yourself through the darkness and doing what you would be telling other people to do. Again, that is a frequency that can only be felt. And words are empty. Words are really empty. It's like, if you're really on this path, how much are you all really going in? Are you really doing everything you can to heal? Are you really doing everything you can to grow your business? It's like, I'm not out here telling you guys to invest in yourself and not investing in myself. I'm not out here telling you guys to do inner work and not doing inner work on myself. So it's really about your actions and your words being in alignment. It's also called integrity. But again, when you're a person of integrity with yourself, people will notice. So number one is being in alignment with who you say you are and what you do behind the scenes. So who you say you are and what you're doing behind the scenes when no one is looking, when you're not making an Instagram story, when nobody will know you're doing that. What are you doing then? I am doing so much inner work behind the scenes that I never post, that I never show. I have journals and journals and journals of unpacking my inner wounds and my thoughts. And again, this is not something I need to put on blast, but like, I don't feel imposter syndrome because I am who I say I am. And I do what I tell you guys to do. The second way that I think embodiment is built is by raising your core frequency. This is a topic that I teach in Inner Work Alchemy, but your core frequency is like your vibrational average. It's like who you are at any given point on average, right? So if I'm to call you up and just see how you feel about love or money or whatever, like where would you average be? Would you be in a good mood? Would you be in a bad mood? Would you feel good about yourself? Would you feel bad about yourself? Like that's kind of like your vibrational average. When you're really embodied, you are like almost like activating people just by being around them. I know that sounds weird, but like your frequency can quite literally influence people. And I've seen this even with myself. Like when people come to retreats, they're like, Kristen, even being around you, just like, I just want to like do more. And like, I want more for myself. And I want to like, just go and they leave and they do big things in the world, right? I've had clients go host their own retreats. I've had like 6 clients that have come to my retreats, go host their own retreats, start their programs, launch new offers. Like this sounds so woo-woo, and you guys know I don't love to sound woo-woo, but like when you have a lot of knowledge and codes and your vibration is really strong, you can influence other people just by being around them. And it can be really powerful. Just like the opposite is true. When you have really bad negative energy, you can influence people by just being around them. It's the same thing, except the other side of the spectrum. And we raise our core frequency. So if you have a really low core frequency, and in order for you to just understand where your core frequency is, just look what you're attracting in your life. Like when you go on a date, are you attracting terrible guys? Like, are your friends nice to you? Are your friends good friends? Like, do you get free things when you're out? Like, you can just kind of look at your life, and I can know where someone's frequency at is just what they're attracting in their life. And that can be triggering, but it's true, you know, like my friends with really high core frequencies, like they get free things. They're always lucky. They have great friends. They're attracting great guys. And you can also have frequency in different areas. Like, I think that we're all on this journey to come back home. So if you're noticing that you're not attracting good things, then it's okay. You can raise it. And the way we raise it is by healing our trauma and our limiting beliefs and our shadows. And so that's kind of actually the whole work in Inner Work Alchemy, is like healing that inner world so that we can raise our core frequency and get the best of everything. That's what I told them today. I was like, you should feel like you deserve the best of everything. That's who you are. You do deserve the best of everything. And when you know who you are as source consciousness, and you know that you are a worthy, whole, abundant being, you should get the best of everything. And that's what I believe about myself. And I do get the best of everything. And yeah, call it a mindset, whatever. But when you truly believe that you deserve that, you're going to get that reflected back in your reality, because it's vibrational law. Number 2, to really become embodied, is dealing with your limiting beliefs and your trauma for obvious reasons, right? When you are operating from your trauma and your limiting beliefs, you're not going to be doing what you say you're going to be doing. You are going to be projecting things on other people. You're going to be jealous and envious. You're going to feel shame about yourself. And people can just subtly feel those things within you. It's not something that you can really describe deeply. You just can feel it within someone. Number 3 is having an open heart. The heart's electromagnetic field is 5,000 times greater than the brain's. Ayo. Isn't that cool? That's my favorite fact right now. When you have an open heart, and when you work on opening your heart every day, again, another thing that we work on in Inner Work Alchemy, people are able to feel it. I was giving these exercises to some of my clients that I've been doing when I go into public spaces, where you just like drop your awareness into your heart and you spread out your field. And guys, people can fucking feel it when you have an open heart, and they want something that you have. Like they want it. They definitely just can feel the frequency of love. And think about it. When you open your heart, your electromagnetic field around your body widens. So when you're rubbing auras with people, they can feel there's something about you. You're just magnetic. You're just like pulling them in. And so a part of embodiment is just this like allure. It's just like this like love that you're just like, ooh, like I just want something that you can have. And that can happen by opening your heart. I am quickly interrupting this episode to remind you guys that if you're a listener, which clearly you are, I have created a free meditation for all of you. This meditation was built out of my rock bottom when I needed to trust the universe and release a lot of anxiety I was feeling, and I didn't know how. So I learned how to trust the universe, and I'm going to teach you how in this meditation. It's really practicing this feeling of being held and supported, and remembering that you actually are held and supported by the universe in every single moment. All you have to do to get this meditation is to rate and review the podcast on whatever platform you're listening on, and then go ahead and head over to my podcast Instagram at Alignment Academy Podcast. Give it a follow, and then message me on there with a screenshot of your rating or review, whatever platform you're listening on, and I will send you the meditation. Okay, now back to the episode. Number 4 and 5 really have to do with these are actually probably the most important points, because I think embodiment is built in your darkest moments. There is an innate wisdom that you have about life when you go through very, very painful and hard moments. I think my deepest embodiment was built through my rock bottoms. The breakup was a big one, but there's also been a lot of other ones, like leaving my corporate job and having no money and being poor and not knowing how I was going to make it work and feeling alone and having entire friend groups shun me out and talk shit about me. Like, all of these moments have built an unshakable version of myself, because I've gone through really hard things, and I know and I have wisdom from them, and I can speak to it. It's like, how are you going to speak to something you haven't been through? That's what I feel like sometimes we try to do, and we try to be embodied because we're trying to speak from a place that we haven't actually been. It's like, and I think that this is a choice. This is why I'm talking about it, because I know that you can have this. It's a choice of how you react in a rock bottom. It is a choice of how you react in a breakup. It is a choice of how you react when your friends don't want to be friends with you anymore. You can either play the victim and kind of just think that think shitty things about yourself and the world and they're in the wrong, or you can look at it from a place of personal power and be like, okay, what is this reflection telling me about me? I'm attracting this and this is triggering. Most people don't want to look at their own shit and they just want to blame everything on the world. But when you really look at it as turning whatever painful event into the deepest wisdom you can, like I'm going to squeeze all the juice out of this experience and I'm going to come out the other side with so much knowledge and way stronger. That is something people can feel when you're talking about it. One of my favorite things that I've said from when I started my coaching business, I used to always make posts about this. I said, pain plus nothing equals pain. Pain plus reflection equals wisdom and embodiment. And I really stand behind that. Like, just because you went through something painful doesn't mean you're going to be a wise, embodied person. But when you take that pain and you learn from it and you reflect on it and you get all the juice from it, you are going to come out with an intangible wisdom. I don't even know what to call it. There's no word for it. It's just like this, like, oof, you've been through it and I can just feel your power, you know? I really want to say like number 4 is just turning your pain into wisdom instead of just letting it stay pain. I think that when we know that we're only here to experience everything in life becomes a lot less serious. You can really lean into the experiences to the fullest because you also understand that everything's temporary. My 5th point, that's like kind of a point, but I just want to jam on it a little bit, is that rock bottoms build character. I know there's a lot of people that are listening right now that are going through something tough. Breakups, leaving jobs, wanting to start their business, posting online, fearing judgment, not getting clients, whatever you're going through. This moment is going to build so much character for you. This moment is the moment that's going to make you a good fucking teacher. This moment is going to make you into the person you want to be if you let it. The journey of following your purpose, the journey of entrepreneurship, it's not about where you get to. It's about who you become on the way to getting there. And I want you to really hear that. Like, my journey is not about what I've accomplished. It's about who I've become. For example, if I were to lose everything today, if I were to somehow, everything gets deleted, I don't have a business, it would take me way less time to rebuild a business because Kristen at her core is different. I am not this baby that doesn't have any experience and can't weather the storms. I am so much greater and stronger than I used to be. And so it's not about where I am. It's about who I became, and it's about who you're becoming. That's the difference. It's about who this experience is making you into. And so I want you to really think like, okay, the version of me that has everything I desire, how do they move through this experience? And that's what I always do. When I'm through a really hard experience, when I'm in a really hard rock in a hard place, I'm like, what would the version of me from 5 years that is living, how would they handle this? How would they weather this storm? How would they think about this? And usually it's way smaller than I think it is in the moment. And another rule for myself is like, if it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter. That's really how I think about it. Like this reel that I'm posting that I don't want to post because I feel a little cringe. If it doesn't matter in 5 years, it doesn't matter. And I think that we can kind of future cast our decisions like that, of like asking our future self to help our current self make the decision that we need to make in order to become the person that we genuinely just desire to be. The reason that I feel like this is one of my least tangible episodes. You guys know I love like real tangibility of like giving you things, but it's really up to you to be the person you want to be. I can't invest for you. I can't do your inner work for you. I can't hold your hand. I can't. I really would if I could. I genuinely would. I want everyone to win. I want everyone to have what they want. But at the end of the day, you got to decide what kind of person you are. Do you want to be a courageous person that goes for it and is just a huge risk taker? Or do you want to not be that? And I really think this comes down to mindset. Like, it's so funny. I was actually hanging out with one of my guy friends yesterday. He's a really successful entrepreneur, has made more than $1 million. He's not even 28 years old. He's like 27 right now. He was talking about his relationships and he was kind of saying this thing. He's like, I don't know, there's not really any rules to relationships. So sometimes when people tell me something, I just ignore the rules and just like know that if I keep pushing, I might get what I want. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I was like, this is why you're such a good entrepreneur, because how you do one thing is how you do everything. And he's basically saying, like, I'm not saying this is right or wrong in relationships, but his mindset, right? His frame of the world is like, well, the rules don't apply to me. And if I just keep trying, then I'll get what I want. And I'm like, this is why you're so successful in business though, because you believe that if you just keep trying and the rules don't apply to you, you'll get what you want. And I just think that that's like really comes down to mindset. And I was like telling him that I'm like, your mindset is crazy. Like, this is why you're so successful. And he's like, yeah, my delusion has got me a lot of places. And so what I want to say to you is like, where can you be a little bit more risky and delusional? Like, I don't know why that's coming through right now, but like the most successful people are very, very, very delusional. They have certain traits of like not needing to follow rules. This doesn't apply to me. And I've told you guys this. I've thought this from a very young age. Like, I've always told my sisters, yeah, the rules don't apply to me. The rules literally just don't apply to me. And I always just try. I always go for it. And I want you to have more of this mindset. Like, don't be so scared of the world. Who cares if you fail? Who the fuck cares? Like, I feel like so many people walk around the world just being so scared, like a little puppy dog. And like, at the end of the day, it just like genuinely doesn't matter. And why not try? And I'll give you guys an example of like the ways that I just live this out that are in the smaller moments. So the other day, me and my friend were going to go to this event, and I thought I had bought a ticket to it, but I hadn't. And then the event was sold out and I like couldn't go. Or the event was sold out and there was no more tickets left. Not that I couldn't go. I had already had plans to go with her. And so I just told her, I said, I'm just going to figure it out when I get there. I'm going to get in. Don't worry. And she was like, but there's no tickets left. And I'm like, don't worry. I'll figure it out. And I just believe like the rules don't apply to me. I will find a way to make it happen. It's completely fine. And it turns out like the part I parked in, this is not good, by the way. This is kind of like, I hope you guys don't think I'm a bad person, but whatever. I'm just going to tell the story. The area that I parked in was kind of like on the side of it. And where I had just walked in, nobody was scanning tickets. So I just walked in and I got in. That's my point. That's the point of the story, is I got in. And I think that, you know, another person maybe wouldn't try or say, sorry, I forgot to get a ticket. And I'm like, no, I'll figure it out. I expect the best. I always have the rules bend for me. And when you just delusionally believe that about your reality, that's what happens for you. And so that's kind of like a good example of like, I don't just do it in my business or think that in my business. I think that everywhere. If there's not something I want on the menu, I'll ask. I'll be like, yeah, but can you make this a wrap? Yeah, but can you do this? Can you just ask the chef? Come on, please. And I just try to see like what I can get away with in this life, because who the fuck cares? The worst that they can say is no, you know? So I want you to choose like 1 or 2 areas of your life this week and just like be a little more delusional. Go in expecting the best. Like, of course, I create my reality. Of course, I'm going to get this, and see what you can make happen, because me and my friends have done this in a lot of ways. Like, we've gotten on crazy flights. We've gotten into crazy events, just being like, of course, we're going to get in. We expect the best and we're worthy of getting in. So whatever. And it's really fun to co-manifest like that. Those are a few ways that I think that have built the deepest embodiment in the best way I could teach, because again, it can't be taught. If you could learn it in a book, everyone would be embodied, right? But it's really just going through the fire and being the person that is really good at going through the fire, because they know in their soul that they can handle everything. And I think that that's that core frequency of like self-security. Such a powerful frequency of, I don't need anything or anyone. I desire things, but I don't need anything or anyone to feel whole. When you got that core frequency of wholeness, baby, wholeness is that source frequency. When you feel whole regardless, whew, you're just going to get what you want. I hope you guys got some nuggets from this episode. I had so much fun hanging out with you. If you are interested in learning more and joining my community, Alignment Academy, the membership, it is open. We have new calls every month. We have about 4 live calls with me. And then as soon as you join, you also get access to 8 of my best-selling masterclasses, 7 of my best-selling meditations, and an amazing spiritual community of people that are doing big things in the world. It's $77 a month. You can cancel anytime. And honestly, it's so worth it. Like, I'm obsessed with Alignment Academy girls. They're literally signing clients, they're building their businesses, they're launching memberships, like they're doing big fucking things. So if you're wondering where the people that are into the same things as you are doing big things in the world, if you want to get expanded, get your booty inside of Alignment Academy. It's linked below, and it takes this work to a whole deeper place, right? It's one thing to listen to the podcast and be like, yeah, I'm doing the inner work. Are you actually doing the inner work? 3 to 5 times a week? Are you going in your mind and changing it and becoming the person you want to be? If you're not, this is the first and best place you can start with a little bit of embodiment. So anyway, I love you guys. I will see you next week for another episode. If you guys have any guest requests too, drop them in my DMs. I'm always looking for new guests, but you guys know I'm a little picky. So if you have really good embodied guests that you want to hear from, slide into the DMs and let me know what you think too. Slide into my DMs are always open, and I'll see you soon.